Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 31st, 2024, the last day of July there. I hope everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast across the tropics. This is that little system here organized. I would not be surprised this system turns into a tropical depression later on down the road. The current indication right now currently takes the system across the Bahamas and into the Gulf of Mexico. There's only a slim chance that it will turn up the East Coast. Right now it looks like it's going to move right across this area here and pretty much move across Florida. May get hung up down in the Gulf of Mexico a little while too before it finally moves inland. So we're going to have we got a high pressure ridge in the Atlantic pushing this system to the west. We got a high pressure system over here in Texas which is trying to suppress it back to the south. So we'll have to continue to monitor that as we get closer. If this thing gets hung up here for a while, it may not go nowhere. If that high pressure ridge happens to shift a little bit further back to the west or to the east, it's going to push that system out into the Atlantic, and no rain for the southeastern United States. So something we'll keep out. So we're going to be closely. I know the rain chances are pretty high across the Carolinas for Saturday through Monday, but that depends on this system. If it do not make it in, if it makes it to the Gulf of Mexico and just hangs out there and then pushes it back east into the Atlantic, the rainfall chances will kind of diminish down to about 20%, 20 or maybe 30% at most. Right now, for the remainder of the tropics, as you can see, we got some just scattered activity across the remainder of the tropics. Nothing to worry about there. We got a little system here down in the Central America region, which push on out to the east. We have several tropical waves over the Eastern Pacific that should become tropical storm. I think we got a tropical storm Carletta over in the Eastern Pacific, and there may be another one right behind that as well. As you can see up here, like I said, we got a high pressure ridge over Texas. All the precipitation is going around the system and then dropping back into the southeastern United States. Alrighty, well, that's a little bit of your tropical update. We'll have another one at the end. We'll talk about that system right here that has a 60% chance of development as it gets closer toward the United States and the Bahama regions as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos. And let's go ahead and finish get the show on the road here, folks. Let's move on to your forecast for your Thursday. That'll be August the 1st. As you can see, we got thunderstorms and showers for portions of New Brunswick into Maine, down toward Vermont, New York State, to the Carolinas, the coastal waters, down toward the Florida Keys, portion of the Gulf of Mexico, stretching into portion of Alabama, all the way into Tennessee, back up to Wisconsin, also into Minnesota. We got another thunderstorm and shower activity from portion of Colorado to northern Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, Arizona, southern portions of California, northwestern Mexico. We have some severe weather, some heavy rain, flash flooding up here around Illinois, to Indiana, to Ohio, portions of southern Michigan, and northern portions of Kentucky as well. Otherwise, dry high pressure in charge of most of Canada, most of the northern and western U.S., portions of the Gulf of California, western U.S. and southwestern U.S., Gulf of California, Mexico, Yucatan Peninsula, also into Texas, up in the portion of Tennessee and Arkansas, also the Yucatan Peninsula, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, and also portions of New Brunswick and Newfoundland as well. All of this activity is for your Thursday, August the 1st. Alright, let's move on to your Friday forecast. It'll be August 2nd. As you can see, we got thunderstorms and showers across southeast Canada, stretching back into Michigan, to Illinois, stretching far east of portion of Vermont, New Hampshire, and the coastal Atlantic coastal waters, stretching down to the northwest Bahamas, Florida Keys, Florida region, the Carolinas, Gulf of Mexico, stretching into Mississippi, Alabama, portion of Arkansas, and Louisiana. Also a little bit across south areas of Canada, stretching into northeastern North Dakota, northern Minnesota. Same over here in portions of Wyoming, back to Nebraska, to North Texas, to New Mexico, Arizona, northwestern Mexico, also in the Nevada and California regions as well. All of this activity is for your Friday, August 2nd. Otherwise, dry high pressure charging much of Canada, portions of Maine, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Bahamas, also down toward the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, Texas, all the way into central U.S. northwestern U.S. Alright, we got a lot of heat advisories stretching from up here around New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, down to D.C., to Virginia, the Eastern Carolinas. It says a heat watch for portions of southern South Carolina. We have a flood watch also in portions of New Hampshire to Vermont, with some ongoing flash flood warnings there as well. Also, we have some flash flood watches also in effect for Kentucky down in the portion of eastern Tennessee. More heat advisories stretching from Georgia to Mississippi to the Panhandle and Big Bend area of Florida, Louisiana, back up toward Arkansas, also into Missouri, also in the portion of Kansas. Is also in effect for Mississippi, back up into the portion of Arkansas, Tennessee, also in the portion of Kentucky, southern Indiana, also much of Missouri, much of eastern areas of Kansas, portion of Oklahoma. Severe thunderstorm watch, but ongoing severe thunderstorm warning is also in effect for portions of Oklahoma, portions of Kansas, stretching into portions of Iowa. Also again up here in portions of Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin, also into portions of South Dakota. Ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. More flood watches also in effect for portions of Iowa and in Illinois. Ongoing flood advisories there as well. We have a few tornado warnings also ongoing here in portions of Iowa. We have heat advisories for southwestern Texas, portions of eastern New Mexico, flood watches there as well. Air quality alerts for portions of New Mexico, Colorado and in Nebraska, excuse me. And also we have more red flag warning for portions of Colorado, and also excessive heat warnings also in effect for Montana, Washington, Oregon State. Heat advisories there as well, stretching over from Montana to Idaho to portions of Washington, Oregon State, with air quality alerts there as well. Red flag warning for Northern California, says some heat watches in effect for Southern California. And we also have some blow and dust advisories over portions of Arizona with, like I said, excessive heat watches there as well. Alright, we still got those small craft advisories for portions of Maine all the way down to portions of New York, Long Island region area, and also some from Washington State, Southern California. Hawaii and Chain Island looks good, north side of the Alaska area. Small craft advisory, special weather statements inland. Alright, storm prediction center time. We have a marginal risk stretching from the Carolinas all the way up to Washington, D.C., back toward Minneapolis, well, Green Bay that is, down toward Hannibal, Jefferson City area. Slight risk of severe weather from Pierre all the way to Cincinnati, Indiana, Indianapolis, you included. General thunderstorms elsewhere. Let's take a look at the tornado probability. 2% in the green. Damaging winds. We have 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow, and also we have hail across the area, 5% in that region. Also, we have another marginal risk. Let's see if we can get to it here. This will be day 3. We have more severe weather on the table. We have a marginal risk from Philadelphia to Columbia to Charleston, South Carolina region, back to Nashville and Bowling Green, up toward Indianapolis. General thunderstorm elsewhere. Probability will be about 5% in the marginal risk area. Alright, and finally, let's wrap it up with the Columbia, South Carolina. Tropics. Excuse me, tropics. Alright, as you can see here, here is the system here already ready to move west-northwest. This is the general area. Let me click on the map so you can see a little bit better. It's going to move into the more favorable for the eastern Gulf of Mexico over here, less favorable for the eastern side of Florida. Like I said, like we was talking about in the earlier part of the video, the system looks to remain in the Gulf of Mexico, kind of meander there, and it depends on that high pressure ridge. If the high pressure ridge move back west, the system will move north. If the high pressure ridge move east, it'll just meander and then eventually push it back out into the Atlantic coastal water. So something we're going to have to iron out the details on, so we'll continue to forecast that. But make sure you check back with me, stay with me. Make sure you hit that bell notification, like these videos, share these videos, and make sure you subscribe if you have not. And we will catch you back in the next video. And make sure you enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. And have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care.